commandments. What? Man can't tell me nothing about this coke. Can't tell me nothing about this crack.
What is going on? Welcome back to a brand new video. In today's video, I'm going to be taking you guys through my first ultra marathon of 2025, which is going to be the Mesquite Canyon 50 miler. And in case you guys are finding this video for the first time, or you've seen this video, seen this face for the first time, you don't know who I am SAMOKFIT, and I am a 20-year natural bodybuilder. I've competed in 20 plus bodybuilding shows, and I've competed over 20 plus bodybuilding shows, won 16 overall bodybuilding titles, including world title. And I am now on a quest of what you would call a hybrid runner, just trying to challenge myself to see, what I'm truly capable of. And in testing that capabilities, we've done multiple F marathons, full marathons, ultra marathons, 3 ultra marathons last year. And this year we are doubling up on a lot of the goals that we have. Part of that doubling up this year is I am running my first ultra marathon of 2025, which is going to be Mesquite Canyon 50 miler. The last time I ran a 50 mile race was in Moab, Utah last year, and I finished that race in 13 hours and 22 minutes, I believe. So the goal for this race is to hopefully finish in about 12 hours or less. Just flew into Arizona. Right now I'm in El Mirage, which is 40 minutes outside Phoenix, and the race is going to be at the White Trail Mountains. Weather about a couple of weeks ago was supposed to be 80 something degrees, but I cannot ask for a better weather. As you can see, it is literally raining right now. And the temperature tomorrow is looking pretty pristine at 66 degrees tomorrow. Still sunny, still no coverage. 66 degree weather, full exposure. Doesn't sound bad, but running in a canyon when everything's wide open, that can get hot pretty quick. But either way, I'm excited, and I'm going to take you guys through this journey. First and foremost, I am a Safeway. Going to grab a few things that I need, food, nutrition, and things like that. And then going to be heading over to the Airbnb and checking out the Airbnb, the new spot, the new digs, and hanging out with the rest of the crew. It's gonna be fun. If you're new to the channel, give this video a like. Should be a fun day. We're gonna be hurting a lot. That's what life's about, right? Right, I feel like it's been a while since I did any sort of like Airbnb tour, but this is pretty cool. So I want to show you guys where we're staying for literally less than 48 hours. Living space, nice open kitchen, there's TV here, a lot of meals are gonna be had here. I'm gonna show you outside in a second, but outside is pretty dope. Bathroom, laundry, garage is over there. Oop, nope. And go upstairs. It's a massive bedroom. Dope bathroom. Another bedroom. Bathroom. Another bedroom. And more of just a movie room. Check this out. Check this out. Hangout spot, chiming. Pool, hot tub, which I think we're gonna be using later, and there's a little putt setup. Pretty dope spot. It's unfortunate that literally we're not gonna get the time to enjoy it as much as we can, because right now it's 2:56. We're waiting for the whole crew to get here.
Japan Miller.
How we doing it?
We're good, bro. How are you?
Good morning. Let's go run 50-mile race. I just checked in, number 37, and we are ready.
wanna feel it. Rage, power, weakest, false, money, driven, major, fraud, breathless, body, diamond, bones. Wanna be it, wanna feel it.
Right, going up to the first climb, but look at that view. Could be in worse places. Could definitely be in worse places. Up we go. About 3 miles in. Had a little technical difficulty, like I said earlier. I was doing a pro strategy where I had a mile or finish time set. I was just gonna let the Garmin do the work for me, but it started freezing, and that proved to be a little challenging and difficult. The best advice I think I would give anyone that's trying to do any sort of ultra race, any race really, it's all about problem solving. And the person that can solve the problem quicker is a person that will do well. So it's not when the problem is going to arrive, it will arrive. It's only a matter of time. So kind of just have to adapt and expect it. Up we go. Morning. Morning. Morning, Jim. Yep, I just said good morning, Jim. In case you guys don't know who Jim is, Jim Walsley, if I return his last name, arguably one of the best ultra runner currently. Won UTMB last year. He's doing a 50K. I saw this name, and I'm like, I don't fanboy on a lot of people. As a bodybuilder in this space, oh, fanboy, almost starstruck. So elegant, pretty rad. Like a metaphor when it comes to trail running. For every uphill, there's a downhill. I run downhills. It's all about effort. So the same effort that you climb with, that's from the effort you want to match when you're going down. Because you want to see a downhill, you just want to ascend it, but you're maximizing or outputting a lot in terms of effort.
Rage, money, power, time. Big, 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 but I'm big. I'm right, big, 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 but I'm big. Money, power, time. Big, 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 but I'm big.
Okay, I'm not sure if you guys can see it or not. Right here, that's a lot of sweat. So that means I'm busting out the baggie. It looks very suspicious. So this is salt tabs, 1,000 milligrams salt, and potassium, just to make sure I'm not cramping. Salt tabs I normally use, they are typically 250 milligrams, which I take every hour or so. Just not enough for somebody like me. So I bought, maybe I'll put it on the screen for you guys. I'll put a link in the description in case you want to snag one. That's 1,000 milligrams of salt tabs. Just a little more efficient. Pop one every 2 hours. So, or as needed. So, indicator for me is anytime I see dripping a lot of sweat. So it's trying to catch it before it becomes too much. And also, in my flask, I got electrolytes. Spit back electrolyte in one, and water, and 2.5 bladder in the back of my Salomon Skin 12. But got about 7 more miles to the first aid station, and that put us at 14 miles in. Right now, I'm about 6 miles in. Still feeling good. A little behind on fuel, but I'm trying to catch up a little bit. So. I'm right, big, 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 big,
big, but I'm big.
Wanna feel it, rage, power, weakest, forward.
Right, I just left the aid station and coming back out, 14 miles in. Next, about 8 miles to the next aid station. Now, it's gonna be a doozy here. It's gonna be a climb. So it's 8 miles, gonna take a while. And this is where you gotta go all the way up there and back in the back. Body's feeling good. My right foot starting to hurt a little bit, so I was hoping to have some of my PT tape, but I don't. But took some Tylenol for that help, and we'll keep at it. Let me say, next to the Mesquite Canyon, it's truly a canyon because you can't even run. Essentially just rock climbing for the last 3 to 5 miles. But more than if we're done, about 2 more miles and we hit 30. And it's gotta break it down to small little 5K chunks. Recording the last official climb for this 50 miler. Oh, that sucked big time. Just not done. Just got work to do. Good descent to the finish line. Ah, that was tough. Oh, no big deal. Just a casual bone. Yeah. This is Monday. The last clip that you guys just saw was on Saturday during the race. And this is how I feel right now. Legs don't work right. I hurt really, really bad. So, did we finish the race or not? Let's talk about it. Right, so just got back home yesterday. I flew back from Phoenix, Arizona around 12 p.m. and landed here around 8 o'clock. So long travel day while limping around the airport was not the ideal way to, solve this problem. Did we finish the race or not? Yes, we did finish the race. That was a tough race. The official time for the race, I finished the race finished in 14 hours, 16 minutes and 9 seconds, and I have an average pace of 17:07. That was tough. This is my second 50 mile race that I did. The first one I did was last year, which was in Moab, Utah. For the 50 miler behind the rock, Moab, Utah. And that, I thought at the time, that was the hardest 50 miler, obviously, because that's the first 50 mile race that I did. But this time around, this one has its own challenges. Just to read off some stats for the race again, by stats from the race itself. The elevation to the elevation from this is 7,438 feet of elevation, gain and loss. And that alone, compared to the behind the rock that I did, which had 5,000 feet of elevation gain or loss. So, and not only this particular race compared to the one I did in Moab, Moab only had maybe one big climb, but this one, there is 2 massive climbs that you have to do twice. And that wrecked me. There's a lot of people that fell off from the race that didn't make it. And the turnaround point for most people that typically pull the ripcord on this race was at the turnaround mark, which was at the start finish line. But yeah, it was tough. It was hard. A lot of lessons to be learned from the race. And this is my first official ultra marathon for 2025. And the next few races that I have is going to be the Bighorn 100 and the Crazy Mountain 100. And I will be lying to you if I said during this race I did not question like, hey, am I sure if I'm going to do 2 back-to-back 100-mile races? That's what happens when you're doing things that are tough, that are challenging in between those races, in between those times.
climbs, you start to question a lot of things. Like, wow, if this is hard now compared to what's going to happen in a couple of weeks. And that's again, it's no different from training for marathon that I was training for in Chicago when I was running 18-month long run at the time, which was my longest run. I was questioning myself. I'm like, how in the world am I supposed to finish this race? But, you know, we make it, I mean, that's what happens when you're doing something you've never done before. Doubt's going to set in, but what you do with the doubt is the most important part. But again, it's understanding this is just a build to keep going. And, you know, and one of the biggest lessons that I took from this race, essentially just figuring out, okay, what are the gaps in my training? I just want to finish this video just to give you guys, you know, some of the key points and takeaway that I found from this training. Doing tough things is always going to be challenging. I mean, duh, that makes sense. But again, for you to get better, you have to go through those hard things. And this is the hardest 50-mile race I've done. But again, it's a learning opportunity to fill out, okay, what are some of the gaps in my training that I need to make sure I'm, you know, fixing. And again, some of the gaps in my training that I realized is, again, my climbing legs are not as strong as they need to be. And like I mentioned, I was running in Jim Walmsley. If you don't know Jim Walmsley, like I said earlier, I mean, obviously a guy like that lives in Flagstaff, high elevation. Of course, I'm not going to move my whole family to, like, you know, high elevation just to become a better runner. And I live where I live. I don't have access to a lot of elevation or a lot of terrain. So a lot of cross training would have to be my staple in terms of trying to make sure, you know, I have opportunity to do better some of the races that I want to do for 2025. Also hydration, because one of my demise, my nemesis, if you guys have been following me for a while, one of my nemesis is the cramping that I dealt with. So I cramped quite a bit. And like I mentioned, anytime I see a lot of sweat on my brim, that's an indicator like, yep, it's going to be a rough day. And shout out to the homie Anthony Lee, and again, my coach also too. Anthony Lee is one of the probably strongest ultra marathons out there. He won Bighorn last year, and that's where I met him. And when I saw him, I'm like, wow, that guy's got some jack legs, and she's a strong runner too. So again, learning, and it's an opportunity for me to learn some new things, an opportunity for me to pick other people's brains that are being in this space. And that's one thing I love about this running space. The opportunity just to be a newbie again, and that's incredible. And it was just telling me get a sweat test done, and ironically, it's something I've been meaning to do. So I went to the Precision Nutrition website where you can schedule a sweat test. So the sweat test essentially is going to give me an opportunity to figure out, okay, what exactly amount of fuel or hydration do I need, electrolytes or water do I need to take in every hour? Because I strongly believe if I can, you know, figure out this cramping problem, it's going to make me a better runner, obviously, because it's going to help me in terms of recovery too, especially down the line when I'm running the Bighorn 100 and I want to have enough time to recover. The less cramping I can experience, the more opportunity to recover a lot faster for my next race. So I'm looking forward to doing that. But again, one of the biggest challenges, one of the biggest opportunity here is just to, you know, run this race with the homie. I run this race, I mean, sort of run this race with the homie Dan Holquin, roster runner, and he has to be following me for a while. Dan is actually somebody that got me into the ultra running space here, just for me to challenge myself and see there are levels and capabilities to what the human body is capable of. And it's nice to actually finally do a race and actually finish the race together and share that moment with him was awesome, which I'm going to be seeing a lot of Dan. Potentially is going to be pacing me for Bighorn, but definitely going to be seeing that crazy mountain where we are looking forward to crossing the finish line. And the last thing I want to leave you guys with this is, again, I mentioned this in one of my reel that I posted on my Instagram. If you don't follow me on Instagram, you should. And what I mentioned in that Instagram, it really is, listen, we say certain things about other people, like, yo, well, that guy's built different, or that guy's, born savage. Nobody's built different. Nobody's a born savage. I'm a 221 bodybuilder that, that's running in a space that potentially don't have any business running. I mean, again, I stick out like a sore thumb because people look at you like, whoa, you're big. I mean, that's what I got a lot of those looks and compliments also at the race. I'm like, wow, what's a linebacker doing here running an ultra? That's one of the comments one of the guys recording the video said to me. And a few other people that saw me in the trail like, bro, you jacked, bro. It's kind of cool, but again, to let people know that I'm no different than a lot of you guys. I don't have the body, quote unquote, that's built for ultra running. But at the same time, again, that's a limitation that I think we set on ourselves. And when you are wasting that opportunity and let other people impose their limitation on yourself, you tend to believe that. So it's one, surround yourself with people that, you know, are going to champion your efforts, that are not going to question you when you tell them you want to do something. They're just like, there are people that are going to support you no matter what you tell them or how crazy those events sounds. But again, I'm not built different. I'm not born savage. I'm just as regular as you guys. And I hope by you watching my journey and watching what I do is giving you some motivation that you too are capable. I'm not saying you should run. I'm not saying you want to run. You don't have to run. But whatever that thing is that you're deeming it's impossible because other people are doing it, and you think the reason why you're not doing it because you're not those people, that is a lie that you're telling yourself, and that is not true. As far as recovery goes, I have an appointment with my chiropractor today, Monday. I'm going to get on a bike, do some bike, just a light bike, just to keep the blood flowing on the legs. And I got a sauna session just in a couple of minutes here. And after I get off the bike, again, if you don't know, I partner with Sauna Box. Put a link in the description in case you want to snag one. It's been a key difference in terms of my recovery and my training, and it's going to continue to be for the foreseeable future, at least for the rest of the year, as I get ready for more ultra races coming down the line. This video for you guys, Sam Knoll for SAMOKFIT. Thank you for tuning in. If you are new to the channel, give this video a like. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. Stay for a while. I think you're gonna like it here, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.